Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Dennis. So this video, we're going to take this system, which is the i7-11700K. We're going to dismantle everything that's on it, basically take it off, because we're going to get it ready to go in this case. Now this is the Corsair 220T RGB mid-tower gaming case. So that's what we're going to do, and let's get at it. Okay, so the first thing I did, it just disconnected the 24-pin power CPU, and I disconnected the RGB from the CPU cooler. And I'm going to take the graphics card off. So of course, unplugging the power. I'll tell you something, if you're ever wondering about, once that clicks on, it's a little bit of a work to get it off sometimes. But that just means it's on there good and you're not going to have to worry about it. So I'm going to show you a little something here just so you can educate yourself. On the inside, let me see if I can show that to you. It's kind of hard. On the inside, you've got this little lever. Okay? You have to push that down. If you don't do that, then you can't get your graphics card out. All right, just keep that in mind. Now it's just a matter of taking out our antenna. So I'm going to take these off. So it's just a matter of unscrew them. Now I have one that has the longer cable, and I prefer to use that because these antennas are nice if you're leaving it in one spot, but if you want to move it against a wall or something, well, then it doesn't work so good because you can't get it back. You have to always have like 6 or 8 inches. Sometimes you don't always have that much room. So then it just pops this out. All right, and that's it. We'll leave our M.2 drives in there, and then we just go from there. Just pop it off our test bench, and then we're going to put it into our case. So that's the big thing, is just double checking the case. Now on the case itself, let me just show you this. Now you can see, because I had a system in here before, so all my case cables, everything for the power supply, everything is already in there. So I just kind of neatly put them in there, so when I put it in, it's going to go in the case, hopefully, a lot easier. I mean, you're not going to be fishing for cables quite so much as I would normally. All right, so that's the next transition. Okay, so the first thing I did, took my case, all the little standoffs in here that you have to mount your motherboard. I had to make sure that those are retightened, because sometimes when you undo the previous motherboard, they'll come a little bit loose. So you want to make sure they're tightened again. So otherwise, if these start spinning when you're trying to unscrew your other motherboard, you may never get it out. So just keep that in mind. So the only thing I have to do is put the back plate or I/O shield into the case. So it's a pretty simple thing. You just fit it in here. I say simple, but sometimes it's a pain. And you just start popping it in. Okay, our I/O shield is in. Just double checking. We have to work on, like I say, move these out of the way so that everything is going all right. And pick up your motherboard again and put it in. Making sure you line it up properly. And you have to get all your cables out of the way. Your 24 pin, of course, and your CPU, which is right up in the top. And it actually is a bit of a pain in the butt to plug in, but that's just the way it is. And if you got everything in there lined up properly, it'll go in no problem. When you're doing this, just something I want to mention is sometimes you can lay it down flat, and that will help you. So I'm actually going to do that, and I'll refocus our thing here. Laying it down will definitely make it a little bit easier for you. And then you have to line it up, make sure you got the all your standoffs in the right spot. And when you got it in the right spot, you'll feel that one that's sitting there in place just to hold it in. And you should be able to see all your screw holes, everything lined up. And then we're going to fasten our screws all into our standoff holes to secure the motherboard, and then we'll go on from there. Okay, so at this point, motherboard's fitted in. I put all the different standoffs in. Now, sometimes you can run into a problem where they don't seem to be going in right. If you run into that, just make sure you're using the one that actually came with your motherboard, because there can be slight differences in the size of the screws. But I mean, you can get other screws that'll fit just fine. And in fact, if you get the ones that usually secure your graphics cards, those are usually going perfectly if you have issues. But ones for this motherboard work fine, so no problem. So my big thing here is, do I want to put the USB 3.0? Oh, what the heck? In fact, it's not. Something's gone wrong here. Oh, you know what? This tore off the other motherboard. Oh my God. Why would that happen? I have never seen that happen before in my lifetime. That's exactly what's happened. So it didn't ruin the case. And this motherboard is okay, but I got a feeling I got to replace the other motherboard now, because this, like, it doesn't want to let go. I don't know why. Like, I have to get it off, otherwise I can't even use this case. So I will get that off one way or another. So bear with me while I do this and come back. Okay, so this is literally pulled off the other motherboard. I've never encountered that before, not ever. I'm going to show you the other motherboard because I find it pretty interesting. So this is normal. This is the way that it would go on our motherboard, no problem. But I want to show you the other motherboard. So here we go. So that is where this piece goes. Somehow it's on there so flimsily that it actually pulled off the motherboard. Now you can see all the pins are all still there, so you can still use it. So I mean, that didn't come off, so it's okay. So it's just a matter of putting this back onto the motherboard. Really, really strange. I've never seen that before, but you've seen it here first, folks. So I wanted to show you that it did easily go back on. Okay, you just had to make sure the pins have been in there okay. And you have to line up. There's a missing pin here, so make sure you line it up the right way. And it's in there now. My only thought is that when I put in a USB 3 after that, it'll probably pull off again the next time. So I'll have to see if there's some way of securing it without ruining the motherboard at all. Anyhow, I've never seen that happen before. It came off really easy. There's no like stress or something to it. That's why I didn't even know it had happened until I went to put the USB 3 on this motherboard. So anyhow, like I say, it's a first. It's crazy times. So at this point, our motherboard is on. I just ran the cable down, put the RGB in its spot, and I'm just going to reconnect all our cables, starting with the USB 3 that for some reason on the other system, the other motherboard came off. And I've taken that off here. I just knew when I was looking at it, it didn't look right. So that's why I had to do that. So the question remains, do I put it on this one? Or do I put it, where's the other one at? Yeah, so up here. So I don't think I want to put it here. I think it'll look a lot nicer if I just put it back here, line up that little tab. Okay, there's a little tab on here. Right there on this side. You can see that. There's a little tab. And it will make it look a little better if I can get it to go on there, okay? If it's not, well then maybe I won't even do it. There we go. Or that click in place. Okay, once you hear it click in place, you know you're good now. I don't think there's anything more I can do with this in terms of tucking it out of the way, so I guess that's probably as good as we're going to get. There's our cable here for our graphics card. We're going to hook up all our cables in the bottom here. Pretty typical stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. You have a little opening on this side, and that's where our HD audio is going to hook up just to the left of the RGB, and everything else is going to go in the front panel connectors over here. So I'll come back to that once it's all connected. There's no point wasting your time on that. Okay, so I did want to show you where all the cables go. So on the far left, we have HD audio, our RGB, our USB connector, which goes into any available USB port that you've got. And then you have your PLED, positive and negative, your power, and then underneath your reset. Okay, there is no HDD LED, and two fans. Now one of them is coming from the fan hub, so you can control everything. Our USB 3.0 is plugged in here, and this allows me to tuck this cable away a little bit, so it gives me a little bit better look. So I'm just going to show you that real quick. So it's just got the one cable, and it just goes across down here. It's not going to interfere with the graphics card at all. and everything's good to go. So theoretically, if I've done everything right, other than putting the graphics card and the Wi-Fi in, which is coming next, it's basically ready to go now. However, I'm not going to start it up now until I got everything in there and see where we go from there. Okay, so it's time for our graphics card to go in. Now I'm using one of the GTX 1080s. So it's just going to go in this slot right here. That's the thing you use to release it. Once you put that in, that'll fasten tightly in place. So we're just going to line this up and push, and you'll hear it click in place. Now, you can let it set there until you put your screw in, and that'll pick up on the sag, of course. And don't be surprised if this is a little bit off when you first start to do it. It happens quite often, actually. More often than I think it should. I always want to loosen this just to try and keep that on top there. There's no real sag. Beauty of the cards from years ago, actually not that long ago, but long enough ago, is that once you do this, there is no real sag because these cards are not as heavy as some of the other ones were. And yes, I could have used a 3050, 3060 because I can get a hold of those now. But this is still a step up from the person that's going to be using it. And they're perfectly fine with the 1080 for what they're going to be doing. So now the other thing I'm going to do, I have a Wi-Fi adapter card. And now this has just a little slot. And the little single slots in your motherboard are PCIe 3.0. Now I used to think they had to go in the graphics card slot, which I was really wrong on. As long as it's PCIe 3.0, even though times one slot, this does work. I've already tested it and proven it. So this is just going to go into one of those little slots underneath. But I'm thinking I'm going to put it down here anyway, just so you can get to the M.2 slots, should I ever need to. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take out the slot that's adjacent from this, and then everything will be good. Okay, so I was able to take this cable, feed it through, feed it back again, and plug everything in. It's fastened in here, so our Wi-Fi is all in. All our cables are good. You still have room for another graphics card, should you want to do that. You can still, with the older cards, do SLI, but obviously not required. Still have to plug in my CPU for power and my graphics card, but that should be pretty much everything, I do believe. And then we're ready to fire it up. So our PCIe cable, that's right here. And although this is an 8-pin, so that's all we need is to make sure we use an 8-pin, which is just combining these cables. Make sure I get them in there right. Should go in there pretty simply. Okay, so it's just going to go in there like that. And just push down. You'll hear it click in place. And I'll figure out what to do with these cables afterward. The CPU cable is the only thing left. So I'll show you right here. This is the only thing left right here. Just plug that in. So it's an 8-pin. Just line it up. Place it in here. The tab's on the outside. And the tab here is on this side. And we'll be good to go. So one other clarification I just want to make is I didn't connect this system fan header. So this fan goes from our lightning core in the back. Okay, so that had to be plugged in to control everything else. These are just fans that were on the bottom. So basically everything is in here now. I do have a cable down here that's for PCIe, connect another hard drive, which I will need to use. I can't leave it where it's at because it'll affect and get in the way of the fan. But otherwise, this is pretty close to completion. I'm just going to show you this. Okay, so there's from the front where the glass panel is going to go on. And of course everything from behind. And I have a mess of cables. To take care of. So that's going to be a whole thing right by itself. And of course, this is the where it plugs in. You have to have SATA for some more power for your fans and hub and everything. So that has to be plugged into a PCIe connector. And of course, this one can go right to the hard drive. So otherwise, everything else is ready to go. Except for the mess that's on the back here now, which I have to do. And of course, you still have room for a couple SSDs if you want to add more storage later on. There's the front. When I come back, I'm going to have everything connected. Don't think there's anything actually left to show you, except putting everything, turning it on, and hopefully it all works the way it's supposed to, and I didn't miss anything. Okay, system's up and running. Fans are lit up. Everything on the inside is lit up. I'll just show you that real quick. And of course, I have to use the software in order to get everything going properly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And of course, I'm going to add that hard drive later on. But yeah, that's it. So it wasn't a complete build or nothing, but it's just this is what I'm doing and moving on from there. All right, so that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you what I'm up to these days. I've got the system I've been working on. I just did in the last video, show you all the temps and all the testing. And I migrated it into a case that I have previewed before. Again, that's the Corsair 220T RGB mid-tower gaming case. So everything is in there, everything is up and running. And so the only thing I have to do now is just a few more tweaks. I add that hard drive, and then everything will be all ready to hand over to the person that's getting it. So hope you find it interesting. If not, let me know. Put something in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And if you're new here, think about subscribing. Hit that bell for notifications. And many thanks for just watching and sticking around. Thank you. Bye-bye.